Good evening, lads and chicks. Yep, I'm gonna start my video like that now. Yeah, I haven't posted in a while. Been busy with school and got quite sick as well for the first time in like a year and a half. So that was something new. Yeah, been pretty rough these last couple days, but this week will be different. We'll post a lot more content this week, but yeah, and these glasses aren't prescription or anything. They're just blue light glasses. Because well, you may or may not know, but blue light's bad for before having every video this happens. I can't speak. Yeah, blue light's just not good to kind of have all in your face right before you go to bed. So I just wear these to kind of minimize the impact. Because I'm sleep maxing as well, as much as I am idiot maxing, which is the topic of the video. Now, it's kind of I kind of re-topicked, if that's even a word, because there's a YouTuber I watch recently. Like, I only just really started watching him, and he's talking about now I'm gonna say a bad word, guys. Retard maxing. So scary. But yeah, and but I wanted to kind of title it Idiot Maxing to not just seem like a copycat version. So that's that. But it's literally the same kind of concept, but not in the sense where I'm just going to be copying his video, and also I'm just going on a whole rant about literally nothing, but it's just kind of the concepts he was talking about in the video based on this kind of idea, and I genuinely related to it so much. And yeah, I'll discuss it with you guys right now. So, idiot maxing is basically like the concept. And by the way, I was like doing this kind of stuff without even realizing that this whole thing was like kind of, I don't know if you would call it a trend, but I didn't know that this whole idea was even like a concept. Like, I genuinely just kind of acted like this because I wanted to, and then I found out about this, and I was like, holy shit, I relate to this so much. But yeah, we're here now. So, idiot maxing is the concept of not really caring too much about the repercussions of your actions, in the sense that like not to the ridiculous sense of like, oh, let's go drink driving, like not that kind of like, not to that diabolical kind of level, but to like the point where you're kind of doing whatever you want without really thinking twice, and you kind of tackle the consequences and the repercussions as you go. And personally, I implemented this whole idiot maxing concept maybe, I'd say it's like maybe a 2-year streak now. And it's kind of been the best, not the best, but one of the best things that I've kind of implemented into my life, my day-to-day life. And it's for like a number of reasons. I'm just gonna kind of talk about it. Like, the reasons might, like show up, but I'm kind of just talking on the fly. But I kind of just talk to people the way I want to talk. Like, I don't really think twice. I just kind of act the way I want to. Not to like, again, not to the standard of being like racist or all that kind of negative stuff. But people take life way too seriously, and I'm still working on this. Like, I'm not some philosopher with decades and decades of knowledge, and I can just kind of spew it out to the camera. But I would say I have a pretty good idea of this concept, as I've implemented, and I still do implement it in my life every single day. And genuinely, it's the most freeing thing a human can do. Idiotmaxxing is the most freeing thing anyone can do. And the reason is because, and this will go back to my video about the underground man, which is a character in a book, and it's also like kind of an idea and kind of a phase as well, more of a concept or idea, sorry. And it's like a person who's overly conscious, and by that I mean like they're so intelligent that they can hyper analyze something. They may like come up with so many positives to a certain thing that they could do, but on the other hand they can also come up with so many things that can go wrong. And if those kind of become equivalent, usually they'll go to the negative part and just not do it. I don't know why. And personally, now I'm not like super intelligent or whatever, but I still have had my fair share of these things occur. And genuinely, when like the bad things add up or like become even with the good things, for some reason the bad things kind of outweigh the good for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird, but anyway, I'm gonna be on a bit of a yapathon here, but bear with me. So this overly conscious person, ends up catastrophizing a lot of things, and ends up then, in modern terms, overthinking it and basically not doing it, because that person's afraid of potentially being ridiculed, failing, going through pain, all that kind of stuff. But perfection doesn't actually exist. People want to be perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. Like the only perfect person that ever lived was Jesus Christ. That's the only perfect thing that has ever been on this earth. But anyhow, people end up being, isolated into this box, and they can't escape it. They're just trapped. They're waiting for that perfect moment. They're waiting for that, for the timing to be right. Like, there is no perfect timing. This whole delusional mindset of just wait and see. It's not gonna happen. There are circumstances, or there are times that stuff does happen like that, but that's kind of just luck, to be honest. And like, say this YouTube channel. Now I know it's not that big, like 25 subs is not that much, but I genuinely didn't think that in this amount of time I would end up here and be getting pretty consistently like 1K views on my shorts. Like, I genuinely did not think that I was going to be able to even get that. But I still did it, The timing was not perfect. It was pretty awkward. I didn't really know what to film with. If anything, I first filmed with my brother's GoPro, and the video looked like a door camera. It was very awkward to film with. But then obviously I got a new phone because my old phone was just degraded, and just could not function. And then I've just kind of been improving, bit by bit, and now it just kind of seems like pretty natural now. But people take life way too seriously. Like they get into their head a bit too much. again, I'm still trying to improve this as well. Um, but I have made, quite significant progress with it. And I, if I want to say a joke that's kind of, ended up in my head, I'm just gonna say it. Like, no second thoughts. If nobody laughs, nobody laughs. Like, I still find the joke funny. Like, there's been times actually where I'll say a joke to somebody that's in my head, and like I'll say it to somebody, and I'll end up laughing at the joke before I even say it. And then once I say it, I'll be like the person who's, dying laughing. And then the person who I'm saying the joke to isn't even laughing. Like, genuinely, I don't actually feel embarrassment. I just find it just so funny that the person who's supposed to, make the person laugh is actually the person laughing at his own joke. And some people, like to point fingers and, say, oh, that person's a weirdo or that person's a loser. But those are the people who aren't truly free. Those are the people who have insecurity. They're the people who, like, they might not know this, but they have, now this might be a bit too extreme, but to an extent they have a bit of a miserable life up in here. And, the happy man is always going to be the free one. Like, when they're happy mentally, they're always going to be free. And that's why I preach this whole idea of Idiotmaxxing, because when you don't care about, like, what you do, you just kind of do whatever. And yeah, you might, have consequences to them, but you kind of, handle them on the fly. You kind of, keep on going. Or something happened, or I'll just do it, or we might kind of go left, but then we'll still be like going forward, and then we'll reposition. Not this, gotta stop, do this issue, alright, gotta stop. Like, you see how, the progress kind of just stunts. It just kind of, is slow. Like, obviously progress, with certain things isn't gonna be like this super quick thing. But you kind of gotta realize that we're all slowly dying. We're all gonna ultimately end up old in a grave, and if you take too much time to kind of overanalyze a certain thing, and just not even commit to it, whether it be there's a concert that I want to perform at and I think I'm good enough, or that girl she's really cute and I think she's like my type and I think I'm like ready to go for girls, whatever, or I don't know, I wanna start boxing or whatever. What hurts in trying, at least trying. The worst that can happen is it's just not going to be a good experience and you move on. But it'll be even more painful though if you didn't even try it and you didn't even know what could have happened. Regret is the worst thing that can ever happen to a man, woman, whatever. I don't want even my worst enemy to have regret in their life when they're like on their deathbed. Genuinely, speaking from the heart. So if you have something deep in your heart that you want to do, or if you just kind of want to be yourself, implement Idiotmaxxing. Genuinely, not in the sense again of being like a total dumbass and being an absolute nuisance, but in the sense of kind of living on your terms, drowning out all that like external noise and just kind of doing whatever. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and